And welcome back. This is The Cut, episode 2. The date
baby.
is Wednesday, September 29th, and there is a lot going on in Swather Sports now. You know, as we're getting into the deeper end of fall, and once we're getting closer to October, things are going to start getting crazy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot busier.
As we talked to even Maggie before, things are almost ending. Like, girls tennis already ending, and, you know, boys football, we're getting into crazy times. Every district game counts. Girls volleyball just had their last home game last night. Pretty crazy stuff. Dig Pink, yeah. Pretty crazy stuff, and this is what I love the most about fall sports when it's coming in, because you can't have an off day anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything counts. Everything counts, so I'm excited. We're all excited to highlight on everything. It'll be a great episode.
Yep.
As you guys can see, a lot of new changes here. Some cool lighting. Thank you, Braden, for helping me set it all up.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I like it. I like it a lot. I feel like I'm in a UFO. We also have a special guest on later.
Yep.
That's some good stuff.
Special guests.
2 special
Those
guests,
2.
yeah. A couple segments. So it'll be a lot of fun. We're excited to give this to you. So, that's really all we got to start off on the introduction, and we'll go right into football. We'll touch with Braden.
Yeah, so we were at Collegiate. Football was lost 21-31. Good fought battle. I mean, close game. We had a chance to come down and score on one of the drives. Made it into the red zone. Just missed an opportunity on fourth and short. Could have been a huge conversion.
Yeah.
Just didn't quite get it done.
Yep.
But again, the score doesn't represent how close we were to really winning that game. But yeah, we're 0-1 in districts. It is what it is. We got Andale coming up this Friday. Number 1 team in 3A in the state. Big competition.
Big competition.
I mean, they're good.
Really physical.
Yeah. But I'm ready. I think we're ready.
I think we are.
We're
Yeah.
preparing this week a lot physically. A lot of hitting drills.
Yep.
We're going to get real physical this week. So I'm excited. I really
a lot
am.
about confidence this week too.
Exactly.
Big.
I think a lot of us are ready to prove some people wrong. I think we got the key, especially against Andale. We're a spread team. Spread them out, throw the ball, maybe throw it under their zone coverage. So we'll be ready.
A lot to pick against, digest, and as you think, you know, after collegiate, we showed them something.
Yeah.
Just as you think competition gets a little easier, no, we're playing the number 1 team in the state now. So that's how the districts are, and that's what happens. What's good is we'll be at home. We'll be protecting Hobbs. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about size. Classifications came out earlier,
Yes.
and
Yes.
Andale actually did move up to 4A.
They did.
And with football classifications, with how those work is they take the freshman, sophomore, and junior class sizes. They leave out that
Okay.
senior class, which I'm pretty sure the year that they did it 2 years ago, Andale's senior class wasn't huge, like the one that they had the year
Right.
before, and so that's why it was smaller, and they were able to drop down to 3A and then get caught in your guys' district, and then the next 2 years they were just huge.
Yep. Next 2 years set in stone. So you get that 2 years, and you have to play the same district for that 2 years, and it switches up again. So
Yep. We're set in stone 3A.
right.
I am excited to see what these next, even though, you know, we'll be gone, it'll be exciting to see what these next districts are. That's what I love about high school football.
Yeah.
You get to see everywhere. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
You know, freshman year we went to Rock Creek.
Yeah. That
How
was a fun
crazy
game.
was that? You know, game out in the
That field
pasture.
in the middle of nowhere.
So much fun. So much fun. And you go all the way from Rock Creek to Wichita
Yep.
to Chapman. How fun is that? It's so much fun just getting the full experience of football
Right.
across the state. It's really a part of sports, and it's amazing. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was football. Now on to volleyball. Volleyball had their last home game last night. It was senior night, Dig Pink night, parent night, everything really. And I thought it was a great night to be over in the Heston main gym. I thought it was great. It took me about 10 minutes to find a parking spot. I was
Yeah. I
searching.
departed.
It was packed.
Yeah.
So us three weren't able to make the first game. That was at 5. That was versus Hoisington. Kason, would you like to fill us in on how the Lady Swathers did there?
So announcing the Hoisington game with our teacher, Katie Gaston, was fun. They beat them in 2.
Mhm.
First set was a lot closer than the second set. First set, I believe they won 25-23. It was just, first set was tight. It was close. It didn't really feel like the Lady Swathers were playing as loose as they could have been.
Yeah.
Second set rolls around. They come out gunning, playing fantastic. And after that, I mean, they just continued their roll, continued running through, and finished that second set out 25-13.
Yeah, very impressive.
Absolutely.
Very, very impressive.
And after that, I believe Halstead and Hoisington played each other at 6.
Yeah,
That game, second set was very close. Both sets were close.
I was able to catch that one, and just watching Halstead, I had a feeling that they were going to target one person, all against Hessen. That's what they did, I personally thought. But against Halstead, Hessen-Halstead, that was at 7, and that was a great game. The first set, we played lights out. I thought it was
We
amazing.
came ready to play.
The score was 21-6 at one point.
Yep.
What a run. It was a great job, great hustle. Girls seem to have great court presence and great net presence. How about the great wall of Keeker?
Stone cold.
She is up there. She's blocking anything that gets in her way, and it's very, very impressive what she can do there.
Right.
That's always something you need. Some height and some net presence never hurts. So
So
that-
that second set kind of got away from them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So they weren't able to get the second set in. That was when Halstead seemed to have all their firepower.
Yep.
Seemed to have a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what happens?
Yeah.
A little lackadaisical on Hessen's end.
And, I mean, they bounced back. Third set, taking it. Senior Harley Ferrales had a great third set, great serving run near the
Yeah.
end of the set. Some great kills, great digs. Played fantastic in the third set.
She really sealed the game, and what really, really sealed the game was Katie Keeker after, well, it was Harley serve, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, she was still serving.
And it was an overpass, and up goes Keeker. I thought she may have touched the ceiling.
Oh, it was just...
The lights may have gotten
Oh
in the
my
way, and then
goodness.
BAM!
Big swing.
It was great. It was amazing.
nice.
And what I saw on Swather Sports Network Instagram, that last clip
Oh,
that I
yeah.
saw, holy cow! It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. It
That's
was
what it
yeah,
ended
it
right
was-
there.
it was poetry. It was
Yeah.
really poetry.
Jim was going crazy.
Good way to finish off the final point as a senior, being able to watch that game at home.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? And no better way to finish when you're beating your rival,
Exactly.
Mhm.
claiming you're the real H-Town.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Good stuff. Over in volleyball.
So they also take on Wichita Trinity
Yes. Oh,
on
duh.
Thursday.
Yes.
Today is Wednesday. They take on Trinity tomorrow. Just a duel,
Mm-hmm.
so best of 5.
That will be at Wichita Trinity.
And not quite sure on how good or bad Trinity is. Not trying to compare them a little bit to Garden Plain, but
Yeah.
unable to get any information because found this out earlier that girls volleyball doesn't get film on other teams like football or basketball does. They don't have the whole week to prepare like we
Right.
would,
Yeah.
and they just kind of have to go out and play on the fly. Little meeting before the game, and point out, key people to look for, key people to watch out for. But it's really just you have to learn the tendencies of your opponents during the game, and it's just on the fly stuff. And I mean that takes a lot of skill.
That is very impressive. You got to be really heads up when you're doing that, and that makes me gain a lot of respect for volleyball. That is very impressive that they're
Yeah.
able to do that stuff. And if we had to do that, imagine that. Coming out against Andale, it's
Yeah.
like, whoa, wait, hang on, what are they doing? We're gonna have
Yeah.
to, we don't have enough timeouts to figure out what they're gonna do right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is very, very impressive what they can do there. Okay, and next up, after volleyball, we have a new segment here, and this is Jimmy's Top 5. So we know a guy in the class, and he's kind of a brainiac. He knows all. He has immaculate taste. His name is Jimmy Yang, and we'll be bringing him in, and we'll be asking him his top 5 of chips. We're going to change the genre every week. We'll bring him in. He will be the host of our segment. Jimmy's top 5. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to do Jimmy's top 5 chips.
Chips.
Chips. Iconic food, iconic snack. Here he is.
Cut.
So, Jimmy,
What's up?
I don't know if you know, but we have a new segment here on this podcast, and it is called Jimmy's Top 5. Now, Jimmy, what is your top 5 chips?
Top 5 chips. Oh gosh, I wasn't prepared for this. Okay. You want me to start at the bottom to the top, or like the top?
Yep, bottom
Yeah,
to top.
save,
Bottom to
save
top.
best for
5 to 1.
last.
Okay, so I think number 5 has to be like Cool Ranch Doritos. Like,
Solid.
Yes.
yeah, like,
Solid.
like when I go to
Solid.
Subway, that's usually
Amazing.
the chips I get.
Not good.
But then like number 4 has to be. Thinking about it right now. Probably just like the regular like classic Lay's like potato
Lay's,
chips.
yeah.
Like I could always eat any of them. But number 3 has to be the cheese ruffles. Like
Ooh.
Nice.
Those are very nice.
and number 2, Cheetos. Like Cheetos. Just
Legit.
I really like Cheetos. And number 1
Messy.
is honestly my favorite has to be the barbecue chips.
Nice.
Barbecue chips.
Like now Lay's barbecue chips.
Lay's
or-
barbecue
okay.
chips. Like just if you want anything from me, just give me a bag of Lay's barbecue chips.
Now, something with Lay's barbecue chips that I've never noticed is people will scoop up beans.
Beans with it?
Or maybe just Lay's chips.
I've
Do you guys-
seen. I've
does anyone
seen.
do
My
that?
dad does that. My dad
Really?
scoop. We will have burgers,
Does anyone-
beans, and he'll get a bag of chips, and he'll just have this like, just pool of bean juice sauce, whatever you want
Oh.
to call it, and he'll take his chips. And you gotta soak it up somehow. So
I don't
you
think
just
that's
scoop
normal.
It up a little bit. It's normal, Jimmy.
I don't think
It's
that's normal.
I've never heard
Have
of
you
it
guys
before.
done it?
My dad
I've tried
does
it
the
once.
same.
I've tried it
Exactly.
once. It's a dad thing, I guess.
I've seen it done, never done it though.
Yeah, I worry I'll
Yeah.
fall into that when I get old.
All right. Well, that's Jimmy's top 5.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Good work today.
Go do your homework.
I will.
Chips. What a great snack.
Cut.
All right. So, in addition to all the new things in episode 2, we have now a special speaker and interview guest. This is Maggie Carlson.
Clap it up.
Oh yeah. Maggie's been on the girls' tennis team. She said she's been playing tennis. She's been walking.
Yep.
That's insane. That's absolutely insane. So Maggie, with this senior year coming, how does it feel to be a senior? Are there any surprises coming in? Anything new to the season, or are you just familiar with everything?
Yeah, I'm really sad that it's ending because I'm never gonna play competitive tennis again. But coming into this season, I didn't really know like what I was gonna be playing or anything. And then we got a new player, Corey, from from Goddard, and she stepped into a varsity position, which was awesome because she's playing doubles, which means I did not have to, which I really enjoyed because I really wanted a 2 singles spot, which is what I got. So I've been really happy with where I've got to play this year, and it's sad that it's coming to an end, but it's been really good.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Yeah, Gossel and Goddard are vastly different schools.
Yeah.
Don't wanna mess up. But no, that's good to hear. And so, would you say you prefer singles more than doubles?
Yeah, I kind of like being on my own out there. I have a really specific like strategy that I like to play, and I've done doubles before, and this year me and Gracie actually got to play doubles. We have one meet that's called a triangular, and we all get to play doubles and singles.
Okay.
And so that was kind of cool. Me and Gracie did really good, and it was fun. But for normal competitive play, I really, really like playing singles.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
And what's that strategy that you go at singles with?
It's me and Gracie have like 2 completely different strategies. I'm more of like I just mix up the shots. So like I'll give like a lob and then I'll hit like a hard winner. Gracie can like stay at the baseline and hit hard shots all day long, which is really cool. It's awesome that she can do that. I don't have that power. I'm not as strong as her, and so I have a lot different strategy than a lot of people, and I hit a lot of angle shots.
Gotcha.
And you have a couple big meets coming up
Mm-hmm.
with league and regionals.
Yep.
And that's that different too
Yeah, both of them different.
than other sports. How's that?
Yeah, so league actually like doesn't matter for anything. It's just like a normal tournament. It kind of gets us ready for regionals and state though because we have to play sets there, whereas in normal meets we only play like 8 games, and at league, regionals, and state we play 6-game sets. So it kind of gets us like acclimated to playing longer, which is good. And then we go into regionals the next week, and regionals qualifies us for state. So we don't have to qualify as a team together. We can individually qualify. And so all of us might, but maybe some of us won't qualify or some of us will. So.
What place do you have to get to qualify for state? Or,
I'm
yeah, for
not
state?
sure. Last year, like because of COVID, you had to be in the top 4, I think. In normal years, I think it's top 6. So I haven't heard. I think it's top 6 again this year, like normal, but I'm not for sure. So yeah.
So with your last senior season coming to an end, so far, what has been your favorite part about this year?
I think just like all the girls on the team, we've done a ton of like get-togethers outside of tennis, and all these years we've been like, oh, when our senior year comes, like we're gonna do all the fun things and we're gonna invite everyone to everything. And so we've like went to the state fair, we're going to the pumpkin patch this week. We had a big bonfire at my house one night. We have team breakfasts and stuff, and so that's my favorite part because I just love getting to know all the girls on JV and like all the underclassmen because they're so fun and we all get to practice together. It's not like separated. It's just our meets that are separated, and so I love getting to know all of them.
That is cool. That team experience is nice. And
Yeah.
like you said, when you're qualifying for state, regionals, all that stuff, it's kind of tough to think about pressure and a loud crowd. You know, when you're playing basketball, you got student sections up in the front
Yeah.
row trying to get in your head. You got, in football, same thing there.
Mm-hmm.
But with tennis, what is most pressurizing for you? What gets on your nerves the most when you're playing tennis?
I think the 2 things is my opponent and my coaches. So like, if my opponent is really annoying and like really just gets under my skin, it's really hard to win because I have no one to like snap me out of that and like stay focused because I'm out there by myself the entire time basically.
Yeah.
And so it's really hard when I don't like the person I'm playing
Yeah.
to like just get that out of my head and like focus. And then coaching also. So our coaches can coach us on switchovers, which is every 2 games. And it kind of depends. Some days I really like being coached, and other days I just stand there and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't really want to be coached right now. So it kind of depends on like, and normally like our coaches are good at like knowing, like kind of seeing our body language and knowing if we want to be coached or not. But yeah, it all depends on my opponent and my coaching. So.
You ever like talk smack if you don't like your opponent, like you get a nice kill or something, like say something, or is it just kind of quiet?
Yeah, sometimes coach is like, oh, that girl, she's not very good. Or I'll be like, coach, this girl can't do this. And he'll be like, so what are her weaknesses, Maggie? And I'm like, oh, she cannot hit a backhand. Like, we talk smack when we're at the fence sometimes.
And that's cool when you speak about coaches. A big thing on the 2021 year with the girls' tennis is Dawson's back.
Yeah.
So now you have Dawson and Sibbets. How does it feel to have 2 of those coaches that have really seen it all and they're kind of kings of tennis?
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, we all miss Fav a lot. She was great last year, but Dalston is an amazing coach, and especially when Sibbets was out, he was coaching us mainly, and he's very good. I remember, this is really funny, last year at regionals, I was playing the 16th seed. I had no chance at winning this match. I knew I was going to lose it. She was way better than me. And Dalston was coaching me because he was just there for, like, regionals and state and stuff, and he came up to the fence and he was like, Maggie, this girl is better than you. And I was like, Mr. Dalston, what the heck? And he was like, you know it, I know it. Like, she's better than you. You're playing really good. But yeah, and he's continued that through this season. Like, I remember every time I lose, he's like, sometimes they're just better than you. And I'm like, you're right, Mr. Dalston, she was better than me. And Sibbets is the same way sometimes too. He'll just be like, you know what, you gave it a good fight, but she was better. And so yeah, they're both very encouraging though. Especially, I've lost 2 matches in tiebreakers this year. My first match and then one last week, and those are devastating losses. But they're both very comforting coaches, and they don't put too much pressure on it. So I love, and they coach well together too at practices. It's so fun with them. So yeah.
Some realistic coaching is sometimes needed.
Yeah.
But no, that's all in fun. And we'll have time for probably one more question here if you guys have anything. If you guys don't, let me think of one here. So with the senior year coming for you, Maggie, is there anything on your bucket list or anything that you've marked off? I know you said you've had a lot of good times, meeting with the JV girls and seems like you've been having a great senior season, but is there one more thing that you want done?
Yeah, I'd love to make it to state. I haven't ever got that chance before. But another funny thing I really want to do is when you hit an overhead, you can hit it down in the ground and it goes over the fence of the tennis courts.
Oh.
And every day at practice, I try to do it. And I have never done it in my entire life. And almost all the girls on the team can do it except for me. And so I just really, I told my friends, I was like, if it's the last day of practice and I still haven't done it, Mr. Dawson is staying with me until I hit one over the fence because I really want to.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you very much for being on the
thank
interview.
you.
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks.
Best of luck for your senior year.
Thank you.
And one more time while we're on the mic, let's point at that mic. Let's point at that mic. That mic.
Camera.
Let's hope that Fab listens in. Hey, Fab, congrats on getting engaged. Okay, thank you, Maggie.
Yes,
I
you're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Cut.
All right, great interview by Maggie there. A lot of fun.
Yep.
Good first interview. Gives a lot of promise for the podcast.
Always
here.
a treat having Maggie in here. I mean, she's just so happy all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can't catch her on a
Very
bad
good
day.
attitude.
Always,
Bring it out.
always brings the mood up.
Yeah.
Very, very good attitude. And now on to the final fall sport. We got cross country, XC. So I talked with Beckham just a little bit. He says that they're doing well for running. I mean, when you're running all day, I mean,
Yeah,
you
that-
got to find some positives in it.
Yeah.
So big part is, well, their most recent run was Southeast of Saline. Southeast of Saline had a lot of teams. It was like anywhere from 5, 4 to 3A.
Wow.
They got a solid 5th place as a team there.
That's
It
legit.
was good running, and I can just imagine the bigger schools have.
Well, Southeast of Saline is crazy with their distance runners.
Yeah,
How could you
absolutely.
forget Southeast Saline?
Seen that a little bit at track last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
4
were
by
very,
8
very
ran
talented.
against them.
They're good.
Southeast placed first.
4x4 was ranked first coming in.
And our boys upset them.
It was crazy because Southeast Saline's problem was their relay teams ran too much. They had too many problems because they ran too much. They were so tired at the end of the
Yeah.
day. So that's absolutely crazy. So they'll have another one here. It looks like they'll be in Berean. It'll be at East Lake, and that's going to be on Thursday. So that's going to be interesting with a Berean kind of meet, seeing what they can do there. And once you're kind of, seeing the end here, once you're seeing the fall, it's important to increase your training, get better, and see what you can do and finish out here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, state cross country has got to be amazing. I've seen the Swather special, something like that. Now, state cross country has to be that times
Have
2.
you seen the scenery up in Lawrence?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
beautiful where they run. Although the one thing you kind of got to watch out for as you get closer to the end of the season is that chilly weather coming in.
Yeah.
Right.
And the more you run, I mean, I don't know if you guys have run outside before when it's cold. I'm sure you have. It gets a lot harder to breathe. Which could definitely change your race a lot.
Definitely changes the pace.
And also, you're more injury prone as well in the cold
Yeah.
because your
Brittle-
muscles aren't.
bones.
They're not as warm anymore, obviously, because it's cold outside.
Yeah.
So that could be a challenge as well. Keeping warm and not getting your muscles cold so you get injured. But yeah.
Running in the cold is important. So yeah, with these last 4 guaranteed races, hoping the weather can stay pretty nice and hoping
Yeah.
we can finish strong and make it to state. And that is cross country. So that's kind of all our 4 sports here.
A little bit.
And that's finishing it up here. That is episode 2. Felt good. Big milestone here. Bigger podcast, and feeling good that we can be comfortable making these accomplishments and being taking a step here and what will be next week.
We
Get back to
enjoy everybody watching, supporting us. Helps us a lot, and just
And the criticism.
Absolutely.
The constructive
Yeah.
criticism. Thank you, Teague Mangola, for the comment.
We are
Sadly,
trying to find another mic
We don't
right
have
now.
enough mics. We're out of mics. So if anyone would like to give us mic, we'd love one.
DMs are open.
DMs are open. So yeah, that's episode 2. Thank you for listening to The Cut. Signing off.
See you later.
toodles.
Ocean man, take me by